Back in 2016, a 21-year-old Jennifer Brady arrived at Roland Garros with dreams of breaking into the main draw through qualifying. After two strong wins, her run ended against former world number 5 Daniela Hantuchova in the final round. At the same time, Serena Williams, still the undisputed queen of the sport and top favorite for the French Open crown, marched her way to the final before falling to Garbiñe Muguruza. Years later, as the 23-time Grand Slam legend has now bid farewell to tennis, Brady revisited that unforgettable moment, confessing with a laugh that she once fled the locker room after a bizarre, awestruck encounter with Serena Williams herself. On a recent episode of the Players Box podcast, Jennifer Brady joined Jessica Pegula, Desiree Crouchick, and Madison Keys to share stories from the tour, and what came next had everyone in stitches. When asked about her most embarrassing locker room moment, the former world number 13 didn't hesitate. What followed was a hilarious, human moment involving none other than Serena Williams, one that perfectly captured Brady's mix of awe and awkwardness. It was at Roland Garros, and you guys know how the space is very small, Brady began, painting the scene vividly. I was actually next to Serena, and I was cleaning out my locker. I had 4 boxes of laundry, literally 2 bras, and like 1 pair of shorts in 1 box, and I just froze up. Her voice carried both laughter and disbelief as she recalled the moment that made her want to disappear. As Brady continued, the story unfolded like a comedy sketch. I just literally go stand on the bench, walk over, jump over the bags, and just leave. I never even finished cleaning out my locker. The mental image alone had her co-hosts laughing, the idea of a top-tier athlete reduced to nervous silence by the sheer presence of Serena Williams. What made it even more relatable was Brady's honesty about her reaction. I just had this urge to leave her in her space. I was like, I'm in her way. I have to move, she confessed. For someone who has gone toe-to-toe with Grand Slam champions, it was a strikingly vulnerable admission, proof that even elite athletes can feel starstruck. Later, Brady added even more detail, describing how Serena walked in surrounded by her gear. Like, she comes in and there's like tennis bags everywhere. So she couldn't even get into her locker. So, she's taking the bags and she's like throwing them onto the other side. And not like literally throwing them, like literally picking them up and just putting them on the other side of the bench. And I'm holding these boxes like I have like 4 boxes in my hand, and I look at her, and then I look, and then I just like literally just like go stand on the bench, walk over, like jump over the bags and just leave. When asked whether Serena had just won or lost her match that day, Jennifer Brady's memory faltered under the weight of awe. I don't remember. I don't really know honestly, she confessed, laughter mixing with disbelief. I just her presence and I was just like, so she just blacked out. Yeah, I literally blacked out. Recalling the scene from 7 years ago, Brady painted a vivid picture of chaos and reverence. This was maybe 7 years ago, you know, and I've never been in the locker room with Serena, and she was 2 lockers from me, and she was already overwhelmed because there were so many bags. The moment became too much for the young American to handle. Here I am with my 4 boxes of laundry and other crap in my locker that I was cleaning, and I was I'll just do it tomorrow. I got to leave. I got to go. I'll get my laundry tomorrow, Brady recalled, shaking her head at her own reaction. Now, as her story makes the rounds, it joins a growing collection of legendary Serena locker room tales, moments where even fellow professionals couldn't help but feel the gravity of the icon's presence. Serena Williams recalls Wimbledon locker room struggle that changed everything. Serena Williams' locker room stories have built a fandom of their own, a fascinating mix of awe, fear, and inspiration. Over the years, countless rivals have confessed how her mere presence could alter the atmosphere, commanding silence and respect long before a ball was struck. Fans, ever curious, continue to unearth these tales, each one painting a vivid portrait of Serena's aura beyond the court. Romanian star Serena Sârsti once recalled such an experience on the La Philo podcast in 2022, admitting how Serena's dominance wasn't limited to her serve or forehand. Serena Williams used to intimidate me badly. She was trained to do this thing. To intimidate you in the locker room, she revealed. Kirsty's words carried the weight of experience. First of all, Serena wouldn't talk to anyone in the locker room, to any other player, she added, describing a silence that spoke louder than words. Even Serena herself, with her unmatched candor, reflected on her own locker room memories. At the Tribeca Festival 2024, during the premiere of her docuseries in the arena, Serena Williams, the 23-time Grand Slam champion, shared one that still makes her smile. Wimbledon really has cool locker rooms. They have 2 locker rooms, the senior player locker rooms, then there was the lower player locker rooms, and I was only at the lower player locker room one time, that's it. And I was like, I've got to move upstairs. And I never looked back, Serena said with her trademark confidence. Now retired, Serena's legacy extends beyond her titles. It lives in these locker room tales, stories that remind fans of her power, poise, and unshakable will to rise.